The Lord be with you.
And with your spirit.
A reading from the Holy Gospel according to Matthew.
Glory be to you, Lord.
Jesus proposed a parable to the crowds. The kingdom of heaven is like a mustard seed that a person took and sowed in a field. It is the smallest of all the seeds, yet when full grown, it is the largest of plants. It becomes a large bush, and the birds of the sky come and dwell in its branches. He spoke to them another parable. The kingdom of heaven is like yeast that a woman took and mixed with 3 measures of wheat flour until the whole batch was leavened. All these things Jesus spoke to the crowds in parables. He spoke to them only in parables, to fulfill what had been said through the prophet. I will open my mouth in parables. I will announce what has lain hidden from the foundation of the world. The Gospel of the Lord.
Praise be to God.
Just a moment of levity. I've always loved this passage from the book of Exodus and how Aaron explains to Moses how the golden calf came about. Moses asked Aaron, "What did this people ever do to you that you should lead them into so grave a sin? Idolatry is spiritual adultery." So, did they threaten your life? Tell me, how did this come about? I'm waiting, right? Aaron replied, "Let my Lord not be angry. You know well enough how prone the people are to evil." I gotcha, Moses. It's the people. They're the ones, they're against us. You know well, exactly. They said to me, "Make us a god to be our leader." As for the man Moses who brought us out of the land of Egypt, Moses, not God, Moses, we do not know what has happened to him. So I told them, "Let everyone who has gold jewelry take it off." They gave it to me, and I threw it into the fire, and this calf came out. I mean, it's just all of this alienation and separation, wanting to say, it wasn't me, Moses, it was them. It's just kind of, it's funny, despite the fact that we're dealing with one of the most heinous sins, the rupture of love. There's a question that I frequently go back to in my mind. Our Lord commands us to love. Love is not an option for any of us. You can't opt out of love. The demands of love are absolute. But therein lies the paradox, right? Can anyone be commanded to love? Can you love under constraint? It seems to violate the freedom aspect of love. You know? You must love your wife. Okay. One author who was deeply formed by the spirituality that was bequeathed to the church through St. Ignatius of Loyola was a man by the name of Hans Urs von Balthasar, who was a Jesuit, then he wasn't a Jesuit, then he was being brought back into the Jesuits, and then he died. So, but Ignatian through and through the entirety of his life. And he has a book, it's a dense book. It could probably stop a low caliber bullet at some range. And it's called The Christian State of Life. At the beginning of the book, he reflects on this question. Can love be obligated? Can love be commanded? And his response is this:
that for the one in love, the request of the beloved is so desirable, it essentially becomes like a command. I am so compelled by the desires of my beloved that they compel me as if I were under the most solemn of commands. And that's at the heart, I think, of so much of Ignatian spirituality. You know, so many of these men who experienced God through the exercises, they go on to do crazy things, martyrdom, going to the other side of the earth, becoming scholars, becoming slaves, all because they recognized that just the request, just the desire of the beloved would drive them to infinity. So it must be